Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. So, if you're new here, I am a Canadian artist. I'm over 40, and I am basically on my journey to making art as a full-time career. So, yeah. And I'm a mom of two. So, I'm trying to balance out business and life as a mom. So in this video, I'm going to just sort of give you an update about what going forward the videos will be like. It'll be a bit different. So I basically want to, show you the journey that I'm taking and, share a bit more about what it's like to juggle being a parent and juggling running a business and learning as I go because, you know, and the main thing too is, I've been dealing with learning that I am neurodivergent. That has been very eye-opening and been so helpful in adjusting how I manage my time and how I get things done because it has its challenges. So I'll be taking you on that journey of what it's like to be a neurodivergent and running a business and ADHD. It's a trip, that's for sure. So along the lines of that, I'd like to share too, one thing that I've kind of always had challenges with is overthinking things, especially when it comes to creating content. So the way I've always had to overcome it is I basically just start getting really sick of feeling stuck because that's what overthinking does to people like me, or at least me, myself. It's just so crippling because you want to move forward and take action because I have all these amazing creative ideas that I want to share with all of you. But there's so many of them that I want to execute, and it's just overwhelming at times. So it's sort of like I've come to the place where I'm sick of it again. So the way I'm overcoming this and, creating just a better workflow for my ADHD neurodivergent brain is, you know, I have been, because again, being a parent, what I've literally been doing for the past couple of weeks is listening to basically masterclass and listening to different masters and learning from them and hearing their stories. And I do this while I'm making dinner and just making sure that I'm keeping my mind kind of in that business space, especially when I'm doing things that doesn't take too much thinking. I'm kind of an autopilot when it comes to the different dinners that my kids like, especially being in a neurodivergent home. If there's certain safe foods that I'm so used to making that it's just autopilot right now. So anyways, I'm definitely listening, and I'm, going to be reading a lot more too, just to keep my mind, focused on building this business and making it a reality. And what I've learned so far from the different masters is I have to change how I see myself, changing my mindset, in terms of, what would a business owner do? Or what would a CEO do? That's sort of my mindset right now, CEO mindset, and asking those questions to myself and adjusting how I look at things and learning to push myself when it's necessary and taking a lot more action, but focused action. So, yeah, and another thing is, I've been practicing this anyways, is when I write my research notes and planning, I make sure to use paper as well and make sure I can access it. I like using clipboards, and I keep it on my desk in a place where I see it so I know what I'm going to be doing that day. And, so it's in one place. Because I don't mind sticky notes, but sometimes, again, I'm in Canada and it gets cold, and my office space is so cold that the sticky note sometimes isn't sticky anymore and it gets lost. So I prefer clipboards with, my to-do list and just easy access, and it's right where I can see it every day. So, yeah, just making things more visual and organized and making sure I write it down, because for some reason that just helps stick in my mind, writing things down. So, yeah. So basically being more focused and sticking to like a solid routine. And another thing I've been doing too is getting a lot more sleep. I've been sticking to a regular time, and that has been very helpful. I've been waking up at like 4:30, and that has been great in giving me a head start because I've been drawing every morning too. So that's been very helpful, and I really enjoy the quiet in the house before the craziness of getting breakfast ready for the kids and getting them off to school. Or right now it's March break, so it's going to be a different routine, but still, my kids wake up early, so I need to be a little ahead just to get myself awake and ready for the day with them. So that's the other thing. A set bedtime, getting enough sleep, and, being ahead and getting organized for the day. And drawing every morning, that's been super helpful. So the next thing I've been doing is, well, again, planning my videos more and writing it down. And the main thing with content is that's another thing. Yeah, that's my third topic is content, not overthinking it so much, because I had this whole drawn out plan about I need to do this type of video and that, and really I just need to, share more of myself and be just more real with this journey, because it's tricky being a parent and building a business that you've always wanted to do. And I know now's the right time because I definitely have the drive and more confidence in my abilities. And, I just realized too, it's like, what's life when you're not trying to achieve your goals and grow? That's sort of, I've seen other sort of wives, like older ones, and you could tell that they've just gone lost in that role of being a mom and wife. And, there's nothing wrong with it, but when you kind of lose yourself, I think seeing how some people are so like angry at the world and they're just so sad and depressed, and it's like I don't want to be like that when I'm later on in life. I don't want to regret not trying to achieve this goal I've always wanted to do. And yeah, that's my motivation, to not be regretful in my senior years, not be a miserable old person, and not make other people's lives miserable just because you didn't achieve your dreams that you've always wanted to. I don't want to end up like that. So, yeah, that's my motivation and the type of content I want to share with you, just to like show you the journey and the ups and downs, and just, you know, give you weekly updates on Monday and Friday about what I want to do and what was accomplished. So, I'm using this to keep me accountable, basically. So, yeah, it's a journey because I've worked for other entrepreneurs too, and it's a lot of work. So I know I'm getting into, and I really love sharing, what it's like, and especially being neurodivergent, it's going to be different. It definitely is going to be different. It's already different. I mean, I started doing full-time art last year, and I have a lot of work to share with all of you, and I can't wait to do that and figure things out. So, yeah, but back to being neurodivergent, it's not just sort of a catchphrase, it's this is the kind of mind I'm kind of relearning and accepting who I am. So I know I know this is like the right thing to do, to share this and to figure things out, because having so many different interests, that's a part of who I am, and I'm embracing it. And and I'm finally like truly happy with who I am, and knowing that these are the differences, and because of how my mind works, I know the type of people I get along with. And it's so it's so freeing to like find out, like, okay, it's okay to be different. It's okay that your mind works differently. And there's other people that who are like you and have the type of energy that you give out into the world and you get along with. Like, it's okay to be like that, because you're not the only one. That's kind of how I see things. And whenever I run into someone who's neurotypical, and right away I always pick up on the signs too. I'm just like, that's their problem, not mine. So yeah, it's so freeing to understand that about yourself, and to not just take on other people's opinions about who you are or what they think you are. It's such a waste of time. I wish I knew that earlier, but yeah. So yeah, it's Friday, and I just wanted to do a quick wrap up. So my week has been, waking up early, going on live on TikTok actually, and I'll be going on live on YouTube as well. And yeah, I'm going to be the early bird drawing person, and just, sharing the process and what it's like. So every morning, waking up early and just getting it done, getting a lot done. So I hope you'll come along on this journey. If you're neurodivergent, extra points. It doesn't matter, but I'd love to meet more neurodivergent people and share. And yeah, so take care.